Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a puppy Q&A, and I thought that I would compile all the questions that I've received over the last 6 weeks into this video and answer all of your questions about raising a puppy and what it's like and what you need and basically everything puppy related. We have a very sleepy Fino here. He's been so energetic this afternoon and now he's just completely crashed. So for a bit of backstory, if you are new to my channel, this is Fino. He is our 14-week golden retriever puppy. He is doing so well. Like we love him so much and he's such a part of our family. We've had him for 6 weeks now and I feel like it's been way more than 6 weeks. Whoop, he's off. It's just so lovely having him. He brings us so much joy and so many laughs, and training him has been a lot of fun, and so we're really enjoying having him. Okay, so question number one is, how much does Fino weigh? He's big. Yes, he is definitely a big puppy. He's kind of on the bigger size for, you know, puppies of his age, but he is a healthy weight. We've spoken to the vet about it and she said like he's very healthy and he's just a big boy. He's growing so fast. When we got him, he weighed about 8 kilos at 8 weeks, and there are 3 puppies in his litter and all of them were just bigger in size, and I think because it was a smaller litter as well, they all got like ample amount of food. There wasn't any sort of fight for food, and so they were all pretty much the same size. But yeah, he weighs 14 kilos, which is probably about 30 odd pounds, I think. How is potty training going and how did you teach him not to pee inside? So there are a couple of things that we did to help with potty training. Like basically every time he would go outside, which is where we want him to go, we would celebrate so hard, and we still do that now. When he goes out, we'll be like, yay, pee pee, yay, and just do like a big celebration just so that he knows that going outside and peeing outside is a good thing and he's going to get praise for that. He does, oh, he's falling off the sofa. Get up. He does on occasion pee inside. Maybe like once a day he'll do a pee inside, but the rest of the time he'll do all of his pees and his poos outside, which is great. And sometimes when he does it inside, sometimes it's us and we just have missed his cues. Sometimes we just miss him standing at the back door, and other times he'll just like pop a squat and just have a wee in the middle of the house, and I don't know why he does it, but I watched a video recently. It was talking about potty training and it was saying that like you can expect your dog to go inside up to like 8-9 months of age, basically, while they're puppies. And so yeah, I think Fino's progress has been really good, but I would definitely recommend investing in a good urine spray. You can get some really good Febreze ones and lots of other brands, and they basically just remove the smell so that he's less likely to go there again, and it stops it from staining as well, especially if you've got like carpets or rugs. Okay, next question. Ooh, big yawn. How is he at night now? So he's really good at night, actually. We're very lucky in that sense. He loves his sleep, he loves his bed, and he will now sleep throughout the night, and he'll sleep for about 9-10 hours straight. For the first week that we had him, he was going to the loo about twice a night, so he'd wake up about 2 and about 5. Sometimes we'd just take him down. If we woke up in the middle of the night, we'd just take him down, and other times he would just whine a little bit. By the 2nd or 3rd week, he was going like once a night, but now he sleeps pretty much throughout the night, which is great. Do you need to crate train puppies? Is putting them in a cage not a bit cruel? I know a lot of people do think that crate training is, you know, a little bit cruel because you're basically caging your dog. There are lots of different opinions on this, and I'm not going to say which one is the right way, because really with, you know, raising your dog, raising your kids, anything like that, like there isn't a right way. The right way is just the way that you feel is best and what fits your lifestyle and you as the parent or the dog owner. We are crate training Fino and it's been working really well for us. I think it's really good for him to have a space that's his, that he feels safe in. We have like a blanket over the crate so it's nice and dark and it's really cozy. And also for us, from a practical standpoint, it's so useful having an area where we can just put him, where we know he's going to be safe, nothing can hurt him, he can't cause damage to anything, and we just have peace of mind that he's okay in there. And so we will put him in his crate at night. In our house, we have sort of like a laundry area. We have the crate in there, and we've also baby gated the area off. And so sometimes we will lock him in his crate at night. Sometimes we keep the crate open and we just have him in the gated area, and he will just like kind of willingly go and sleep in his crate because he just really likes it. It's like a nice safe environment for him. And also when we leave him, when we go out, we will often lock him in his crate, and it's just so good having that peace of mind that he's okay. And I think if you live in an apartment, I would recommend crate training. Unless you have like a special room for him, I think it's really good just to have that area that's theirs. Generally they won't pee in their crate. Like usually they, you know, they'll kind of have their crate as like their area. Dogs generally don't like to wee where they sleep. So yeah, I don't actually know what we do if we didn't have a crate, because I would definitely worry having him like wandering around the house. I think he would definitely wee everywhere. He'd probably end up chewing something. And so personally, I really like crate training and it really works for us, but it's just one of those things, like it's completely up to you as a dog owner whether you do crate training or not. Okay, next question. How do you have a white couch? So yeah, as you can see, we have like a beigey couch. When we bought this sofa, we bought it with Fino in mind. So the sofa that we have, it's from IKEA. It's the Fino sofa, and one of the reasons why we picked this one is because it is completely washable. So the back cushions, the cover comes off, and the bottom cushions, the cover comes off as well. So you can see that we've got a blanket on the sofa. That is because we are currently washing the bottom cushions. They're upstairs drying, and it is so handy having that. So we've washed this maybe twice now, just because, like, you know, sometimes he does have dirty paws. We'll always clean his paws when he comes in, but sometimes that's a little bit dirty, or he'll just, you know, go out and come in and sit on the sofa, or he's a little bit wet or whatever, and it just gets dirty basically. And so yeah, that was our compromise. We thought we wanted a light sofa. We also wanted something that we could wash, and that's why we went with this one, and I'm so happy with our decision. So yeah, we have a white couch because we can wash it basically. And you can get some really good sprays as well, actually, like stain removal sprays, and I find that they work really well too. What did you do that first day you brought him home? Okay, so when we brought him home, we had his crate, we had all of his area ready and set up. So when we brought him home, the first thing we did was we just like let him loose in the house. We let him have a sniff around, just like get his bearings. Obviously it's like very overwhelming and scary for puppies when they first come home, because they're with people they don't know, in an environment they don't know, away from their siblings, away from their mom. To begin with, we just let him have a wander. We just kind of left him alone just so that he could kind of scope out the place. And then we were obviously giving him lots of treats. We did start training on that first day, and a lot of videos that I've watched did recommend doing that, and I'm glad we did. I know a lot of people think that like training first day, it's, you know, a little bit too difficult for them, it's like too much, but my perspective is like training is fun, and he gets rewarded with praise and treats, and it's good for us, and it's a good bonding exercise. So we decided to start training him from day one, and he responded to it really, really well. We would teach him like sit and down, and basically when he would do that action, we would then just say the word, so that he would then begin associating the action of sitting with the word sit, and it's sort of, we kind of approached it like that. We just spent lots of time with him, gave him lots of cuddles, gave him lots of treats. We did put him in his crate quite soon, so we just introduced him to it. We didn't lock it at first. We just put lots and lots of treats inside his crate. We put his toys in there and just let him kind of just check it out and figure it all out. We tried not to force too many things on him. We obviously fed him, and we did hand feed him. So we do that quite a lot actually, depending on what we're feeding him, but we'll feed him by hand, and we'll use his mealtime as a training exercise, just, you know, just for extra training basically. So yeah, that first day was really good. It was really daunting, and I remember like being so worried about that first day, like what are we gonna do when we bring this puppy home? Like what do we do with him? But honestly, you just figure it out, and you just fall into the role. And yeah, we just ended up falling in love with him literally after like that first day. We were like, I don't know how we could love him so much already. So how is crate training going, and how were the first nights? The crate training for him, as I mentioned, is going very, very well. He really likes his crate, and with his previous family, the family we adopted him from, he had a kennel. So he shared a kennel with his mum and his siblings, and he was very used to having like a dark space to be in, and so he's liked his crate from the beginning. However, we didn't want to take that for granted, and so we still now will keep putting treats in his crate just so that he has like nice little surprises and so that he continues to like it, because that's the thing, like just because he likes something at the beginning doesn't mean he's always going to like it. So we try and just ensure that, you know, the crate is like a really nice place to be and it's fun and he gets treats, and he's still really liking it so far. There's actually lots and lots of videos on crate training, which I would suggest watching. There are two YouTubers who we really like to watch. There's a guy called Zach George and a woman called Rachel Fusaro. I'll link their channels in the description box down below, but they have some really, really great videos on dog training, loads of videos on crate training, because this is like a massive topic. So I would definitely recommend checking those videos out just to give you some tips of like how to approach it, especially if your puppy doesn't really like the crate so much. So the next question is, how are you training him? Is it hard, and how did you learn? So as I mentioned, we watched lots of videos on YouTube. These two YouTubers that I said were so helpful in sort of our learning process. So we watched tons of videos on YouTube. We did lots of research online. We spoke to a lot of friends who have puppies just to see like what approach they were taking and any tips. And we just sort of compiled all that information to create our own training style. And it's working really well so far, and I love training him. I enjoy it so much, and I've just taught him so many like random little tricks as well, and it's really fun and it's so rewarding, and it's really nice to see them learn. So yeah, we're kind of following a more like positive reinforcement style of training. So there are lots of different styles, like methods of training that you can go by, but we try and understand his psychology and understand how he thinks and how he works, and like adapt our training style to that, if that makes sense. And so when he does a behavior that, you know, we want him to continue doing, such as peeing outside, you know, eating well, not begging, not barking, things like that, we'll give him tons and tons of treats and tons of praise and positive reinforcement, and I find that that works really well with him. Does Fino sleep in your bed? No, he doesn't actually. I would love him to sleep in our bed, but he sees our bedroom as like a play zone, just because if there's like socks anywhere, and for quite a while we didn't have a chest of drawers in our bedroom because we were waiting for it to come, so there were socks everywhere, there was bras and pants, and he loves all that stuff. So he sees our bedroom as play zone, so he comes in, he grabs a sock, he lies on the bed and he tries to chew it. So in short, no, he doesn't sleep in our bed. I hope that at some point he will want to, but he's just too rowdy to sleep in there basically right now. How do you protect your plants? Does Fino chew them? Yes, well no, he doesn't really anymore, but he did discover them, and on occasion he does like to chew them. So we just watch him all the time when he's downstairs with us. We constantly keep an eye on him, and basically whenever he would go and chew the plant, we would just tell him no, we'd tell him to leave it, and now he understands that he shouldn't go near them. A lot of plants are not the best for dogs. They are a little bit poisonous for dogs. I feel like puppies just, they don't have that instinct though. Like big dogs kind of know, puppies are just like, I'm just gonna chew whatever. We did say like if he continued going for the plants, we'd put them on stands, but he's actually okay now. But yeah, definitely check out what plants you have in your house, if they're safe or not for dogs. I feel like puppies, like at the beginning he wasn't bothered by the plants, and then one day he just discovered them and then kept going at them, but now he generally ignores them, so he's okay. What food do you feed Fino? What's the local company you said you buy his food from? So there is a store in Kitsilano, North Vancouver and Coquitlam called Korna, K-O-R-N-A. I'll link it down below, and they have a great selection of pet food, of raw dog food, of like accessories, more natural brands, basically everything you could need. We did initially go to PetSmart. The one we went to really wasn't very good, so we went to Korna after that, and we basically got everything there, including his crate. So yeah, I would recommend that company. They also do home delivery, which is free, which is great. And so they do like, I think in Vancouver it's twice a week they deliver to Vancouver. It's free if you order over like 50 or 60 bucks. So we do that, and we feed Fino a raw diet. So that consists of fresh raw food, like raw meat, like, you know, beef, chicken, turkey, lamb, duck, that kind of thing, as well as vegetables. He loves peas, he loves carrots, he loves spinach, apple, banana. So we kind of give him like a varied diet. So we tend to just kind of feed him what we eat. We'll buy a little bit extras so we can give it to him, and we try and make sure that he has a very varied and well-rounded diet. He loves fish as well, he loves eggs, he loves egg yolks and that kind of thing. And we will also feed him raw freeze-dried food, which is basically like raw food that's been dried into like dry dog food, and we feed him that generally like one meal a day. He'll have freeze-dried food just because we want him to be able to eat that and to like that for when we travel, because that will be way easier to feed him that than like fresh raw food. And again, with diet, with training, with crate training, all that stuff, it's completely up to you, and it can be quite overwhelming because there's lots of options, lots of people that say yes, you should feed raw, lots of people that say no, you shouldn't. Like, there's all these different opinions, and so my advice would be to just feed your dog, you know, train your dog however you think is best, what fits you, what fits your budget, what fits your lifestyle. For us, we just decided that we wanted to do raw. It's very good from like a nutritional standpoint. He really loves it. Like, his coat is super shiny, he's really healthy. For me, I feel like these early weeks and months and these early years, they're like so crucial for his development, for his bones, his joints and everything. And so we wanted to give him just sort of a really good diet. Do you recommend insurance? Yes, I would recommend insurance. A lot of people don't get pet insurance or insurance for their dog. It's, again, personal preference, but I know of a lot of people who have had to take their pups for like emergency surgery, and especially when they're puppies, they go for everything. They'll put rocks in their mouth, they'll put, you know, shells in their mouth, they'll drink things they're not supposed to, they'll eat things they're not supposed to. Like, you try and watch them as much as possible, but they'll still go and do things they're not supposed to, or they'll have zoomies and they'll run into things. Are you alright? Or they'll fall over. Are you okay? He's a little bit startled. Sorry, did I wake you up? Yeah, puppies are quite unpredictable, and so we decided that we would get insurance just to cover him in case anything happened, in case he needs, you know, emergency surgery or unexpected vet visits or whatever. So yeah, I would recommend insurance, especially while they're puppies, because, you know, you just can't predict what's going to happen. And for us, we like having peace of mind that if anything were to happen, then we would be covered by our insurance. Was it hard to find a dog-friendly house? Yeah, it was actually quite hard. Also, we were very picky with the place that we wanted to get, but it was difficult, and a lot of places do say that they're not pet friendly. But what we did was basically we would just ask every rental unit that we went to see, we would ask the landlord, is it pet friendly? Some listings would say that they will say off the bat whether it's pet friendly or not, others will say no pets. And we just asked, we just said, you know, we're gonna get a golden retriever puppy, they're really great dogs, we'll pay a pet deposit, would you allow a pet? And a lot of the time that they would just say yes. So it is a little bit more difficult, yes, and some buildings will specify that you can only have a dog under a certain weight, and especially like the strata buildings, especially like the high-rise condos, a lot of them are like that. Some buildings don't allow dogs at all, so it really kind of just depends. Where did Fino go? Oh, okay, he wants to go outside. 1 second. Okay, we are back. Just needed a quick pee and poo break. This is the thing with having a puppy, you're just like constantly getting distracted by them, constantly having to watch them. Where are you going, babes? You wanna sit? Good boy. Here he is. Good boy. Okay, so what question were we on? Puppy must have accessories. What would you suggest to getting a puppy? Okay, so we bought a range of different like toys and accessories for him at the very beginning. He has a range of toys. He's got like rope toys, he's got little teddies. This actually came with him from his family. This is one that we bought him, which looks identical to him, and he loves this when he goes to sleep. We also have, what else do we have? We have a Kong toy, which is awesome. We love this, and he really loves this. This keeps him occupied for a very long time. We'll stuff peanut butter in here. I will often freeze it. You can stuff their food in here and freeze it, and they're just really great toys. And they also are good for teething as well, because this is like a hard rubber, so you can get like puppy versions. This is kind of the regular one, I think, and then you can get extreme Kongs, which are much harder. So there's different types that you can get. We also got him a dog bed. We got him like a collar, a harness, leash, that kind of thing. Some grooming accessories like a brush and shampoo. We also got him a toothbrush and some sort of dental sticks and accessories and things like that to look after his teeth. So he has a range of accessories, really. We tried not to overbuy too much, but it is hard at the beginning just because you want to get your puppy like everything. But yeah, he loves his toys. He loves Jasper. This is his little pup. Don't they look? I like. It's so cute. Oh, my battery just ran out there. How do you keep an energized puppy calm besides teaching tricks and exercise? Hello. So teaching tricks and exercise are both great ways to exercise your puppy. The issue when they're young is that they really can't go for super long walks. Even though they might have the energy for it, it's really not good for like their bones and their joints for them to be going out on crazy long walks. And so right now we'll try and limit Fino's walks to like 20 minutes at a time, because really like mental exercise is as effective, if not more effective, than physical exercise, because with mental exercise you can just keep on going. And so we will do lots and lots of training sessions throughout the day. We'll just do mini training sessions. Often when we feed him, we'll hand feed him and make him do training while we're feeding him, just so that he kind of has to work for his food. And it's another great opportunity just to kind of bond with him and to teach him new things. We will give him like ice cubes, which is really great actually, because that takes a lot of like mental coordination, because obviously ice cubes just like move all over the place and slide along the floor, and he loves ice cubes because they're very, very entertaining and they're free, which is great. Things like his Kong are really good. Things like the rope toy are really good. You can get like snuffle mats, which is where they're just kind of like crinkly mats and you can hide their treats, and so for them it's like a brain game to find it. We will often like hide treats around the house and get him to find it as well, so he has to use his brain. And so yeah, like those kind of mentally stimulating activities are also really good, highly effective. One thing that we'll try and do when Fino is being super rowdy, and usually when he's due a nap, when he's tired, that's when he gets rowdy and he gets zoomies and he just runs around and he does all the things he's not supposed to do. Like he'll take a bite out of a plant, he'll take a flower head, he'll grab a stone, like all the things he knows he's not allowed to do, he will do when he's tired. But when he's like that, or if he's playing and we want him to stop playing, we will then implement training, and he responds very well to that. Because a lot of the time, like if he's doing something that we don't want him to do, or if he's bugging us, or if he's trying to bite us saying no actually just encourages him, because we're actually just giving him attention and that's what he wants. And so when he's been super rowdy, we will often just ignore him completely, and often he'll bark for a second and then he realizes that's not the way to get our attention. Or what we'll do is we'll switch to training mode, and so when he's like biting and just being naughty, basically we'll grab some treats and we'll just start training, and that generally calms him down. It really shifts his thinking and it just redirects a lot of that attention. Brain games are really good. You can put food in an ice cube tray and freeze it, and that takes him a lot longer to eat. It's also more mentally stimulating. So yeah, hopefully that kind of helps. And there's lots of really good toys and stuff you can get that encourage like mental stimulation as well. And you do have to get creative, because it is hard, because you can't just take them out for like hour-long walks, just because it's not good for their bones and their development. Why did you choose a golden retriever? So there was a lot of thought that went into what breed we were going to get. There were a few breeds that we were considering. We considered a golden retriever, we considered a Bernese mountain dog, we considered a German shepherd, a Malamute or a husky, and we quite quickly ruled out a Malamute just because of their size. I love Malamutes and huskies, but they can, stretching and moving the camera, they can be a little bit more difficult to train and very, very vocal. We love Bernese mountain dogs and they were sort of a high contender, but they're just a little bit less energetic, we found, than Goldens, and also they are a little bit bigger. So we did like the size of golden retrievers. Little did we know Fino would be a chunky boy. We really like the temperament of Goldens. We like that they're friendly, very loyal, that they're very active, they love hiking, but they're kind of happy to stay at home as well. And so we really wanted a dog that would match our lifestyle. And yeah, we did tons and tons of research. It was sort of a lot of thought went into this decision. Matt really wanted a German Shepherd because he's grown up with German Shepherds, and I love them too, but I was quite adamant that like I wanted our first dog to be our dog. I didn't want it to be a dog that, you know, one of us had already had. But maybe in future we'll get a German Shepherd or a rescue, now that we know a lot more about dogs and we've had our own puppy. So yeah, that's why we chose a golden retriever, and I'm so happy with our decision. And he's honestly so smart, he's so affectionate, he's got such a personality of his own, and he's just a really good dog. Second to last question, how do you keep him entertained and stop him from chewing? Is Fino very bitey? Yes, Fino is pretty bitey. That's to be expected from all puppies. We've kind of realized that he has 4 different types of bites. So he has his teething bite. Obviously with puppies, like their teeth fall out quite quickly. He's teething and so his gums are hurting, so he will chew things just to relieve his sore gums. And so we'll have his teething bite. He'll also have his affectionate bite, which is like when we're cuddling or he's licking us, he'll just like gently like gnaw on us, and that's what he would do with like his mom or his siblings. That's his affectionate bite, and that generally doesn't really hurt that much. He'll also have his play bite, which does hurt because he'll just like chomp 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 like this when he's playing. And puppy teeth are so sharp, it's like insane how sharp they are. They're really tiny, but they have like little jaggedy edges, so they're like shark teeth. So we both have like all little cuts all over our hands just from when he's like nipped us when we're playing. And then he'll have his grumpy bite. When he's grumpy and he doesn't want you to do something, he'll just like chomp a bit as well. I'm actually really looking forward to his big boy teeth coming in, because puppy teeth hurt, and yeah, they just hurt. He's not destructive, so when he chews things, he doesn't rip it apart. Like his toys and his teddies and stuff, they're all completely intact, but he just chomps them and he just gnaws on them. And I think a lot of it is just because he's a puppy, and they usually do grow out of that. So I am excited for him to grow out of his chewing phase. But in terms of how we keep him entertained, we just give him loads of toys. We give him ice cubes, we give him his Kong, you play with him, we do lots of mental games, we do lots of training, we take him out, we give him a lot of attention. You have to put a lot of time in, but it is very worth it. The final question is, what is the expectation versus reality? What do you wish you knew before getting a puppy? What do I wish I knew? They just take so much time. I didn't realize he would take so much of my time, and he distracts me so much. It's great, obviously. It is definitely hard to focus, and so that's why I do put him upstairs when I work, just because my attention is he's constantly grabbing my attention. I'm constantly watching him, seeing if he's okay, checking out what he's doing, and so my brain is constantly like switching gears, and it is exhausting. Even though he's really good at night, it's still really exhausting having a puppy, just because you're, you know, constantly thinking about them, constantly distracted. So that is something that I didn't realize how tiring it would be. And that's the thing, I think, you know, if you're getting a puppy, you have to be prepared to give them a lot of your time and a lot of your attention in the beginning. You do have to sacrifice a lot of your freedom in the beginning, because, you know, you can only leave them for a certain amount of time. But from my perspective, like, I'm so happy to put in this time, just because I know the more time we put into him, the more we train him, the better a dog he's gonna be for the rest of his life, for the next 12-14 years. Right now it is intense, and there's a lot of thought that goes into it, and a lot of training, and it takes so much of your time and energy, but you're basically just setting up your dog for a really great future. And, you know, we want our dog to be really smart and loyal and well trained in the future, when we have kids and when we, you know, have our family and everything. Another thing is, I didn't realize how bitey he would be. I've not really spent that much time with puppies, so I didn't know how much they bite, but they do bite a lot. And he also has tons and tons of energy, but then he'll crash and he'll sleep a lot as well. I didn't realize how much puppies slept. Like at the beginning, in the first few weeks, he was sleeping like 18 hours a day. He was sleeping, and I was like, whoa, I just didn't realize it would be that much. And what else is like expectation versus reality? I guess that's kind of it. Like, it's amazing, and I love having him so much, but it's a big responsibility, and it is a big decision, so it's not something that you should take lightly or make lightly. And you know, you do have to put a lot of time and effort into your pup. It's the best thing we ever did, and we're so happy with him, and it's so nice like seeing him develop and evolve and become our dog, basically. So yeah, that concludes all of my questions. I know this is going to be a very long video, but hopefully that will answer some questions that you might have, or put your mind at ease if you've been wondering these things, if you are getting a puppy or you've just got a pup. Let me know in the comment box down below if you have any other questions or any other like video suggestions or anything else that you want me to talk about, whether it's puppy related or related to anything else. I am always open to suggestions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit the red subscribe button if you want to see more from me, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!